We're starting our walk in Patterdale today. Right, today we're in the Lake District. We're parked just outside the Patterdale Hotel in the car park, £4.50 all day. We're walking forward along the road to Grisedale Bridge, going up towards Patterdale Common, coming down the other side and coming out to Beck-Glenridding and then back to our car. It's a round and we're going to follow Grisedale Beck, go up one side and back down the other. So we come out the car park and then turn right in front of the Patterdale Hotel down to Grisedale Bridge. That's a view of the hills in front of the Patterdale Hotel in the car park. And we're just heading forward a short way down the road. We're going to get as many shots in today as we can. You know, it's a nice sunny day. It's the 15th of November. Feels like an April day though. As we're going down the road, we're just in front of the Glebe House bed and breakfast. And we look at the hills in the background. It looks pretty good. We'll soon be turning left and walking up into the valley in front of you. We're just aside of the church, taking a shot at the hills in the background. So we're just walking by the front of the church at the moment. But it's a great shot, so we thought we'd take it. Keep going till you come to Grisedale Bridge. Turn left, so the little stream's on your right-hand side. We're heading forward along the tarmac track now. As we go up on this walk, we'll keep looking back, and if there's a good picture, we'll take it. We're looking back now. Just keep turning right uphill on the tarmac track. There's a signpost there says Helvellyn, Grisedale Tarn. We're just heading forward with a house on either side, and you just keep steadily climbing up. As we're going up, we look down about 100 feet below us and we can see Grisedale Beck. You can hear the water cascading down over the rocks, and we look over and this is the view. It looks pretty good with all the goldy yellowy leaves at the back. We've walked forward a few hundred yards and the trees on the right hand side, the riverside, have given way to like open pasture now. And we'll give you a view of what we're looking at now. You're walking with a taxi driver today. And we just keep heading on down that track. As you head forward, you'll come to a gate across the road. There's a seat, and on the right hand side it says Public Footpath Helvellyn, but we're going straight forward through the gate. And we'll just, seeing the sun's on the fells at the moment, it gives us a chance just to give you a view. And we're heading forward that way. As you keep going along, you'll see Bracestead's farm on your right hand side, but just keep heading straight forward. You've got the yellow arrow heading up the valley with the stream on your right. And you'll pass a tree stump covered in hundreds of little tiny toadstools. It looks quite good, does that? And there you've just got like a tiny little waterfall coming down from the hillside through the stone wall. And I'm pretty sure I've just seen a goosander fly down the length of the river, but I couldn't get my camera out fast enough. And the tarmac has given way to like a stony track now, but it's easy to walk on. We keep heading forward. And then as we're walking along, we look over to our right, over the little stream. You can see like two waterfalls coming down into one at the far side of the wall. And then we pass a farm on our left-hand side. We walk forward past a farm a few hundred yards, and in front you'll see like a stone barn just outside the track. On your right-hand side, just below the mist at the top of the hills, you've got like a waterfall trickling down. You know, it looks 100 feet, 150 feet, maybe more. Great place to take a photograph. We're stood at the side of the barn now. Well, we'll take a shot of that. Side of the barn says Grisedale Tarn and Grasmere. We just keep heading forward. We're on the track on the left-hand side, in the shadow from the hills. On the right-hand side, there's brilliant sunshine, and you can see the steam coming off the top of the hills. It doesn't get much better than this. As we head forward, slowly we've made our way towards the base of the waterfall. We just think it deserves another shot. We're still on the path, heading forward. We're heading towards, just before, Rustwaite Lodge climbing hut. And then we're going to cross over the river and come down the other side. Looking to the left hand side, you can see the sunlight coming in above the waterfall. And I tell you, in real life that looks pretty good. We're steadily making our way uphill, and then it slightly dips down a bit now, so any time now we're looking for the footpath to cross over to the other side. There's our first footbridge. So we've crossed over and we're heading uphill still. We can see the bridge in front of us. And here we've got our second footbridge. We're going to cross over it and start heading downhill now. Back towards Glenridding. Just before we cross over the bridge, we take a shot at the little waterfall just at the back. And here we are, stood on the bridge, just looking back down the valley. We're steadily going back downhill for a bit, and the little river's on our right hand side, or the Beck. But we've got the sunshine today, so the hills are well lit up. There's the view. The sun's just behind the cloud. We're hoping it's going to, sort of the rays are going to come through into the valley, and they are. And you can just see the sort of mist on the hill on the left hand side, just with the sunlight through it. Well, I think we'll make that do. And that's our view, looking across the valley, sat in the sunshine, having a sandwich. And as we're steadily heading back down the trail, slowly going downhill, back towards Glenridding, we look behind. Obviously river's on our right hand side. We've got two waterfalls coming in there, look. You can see, as we're into the afternoon, the shadows coming in from all sides. And we drop down a bit further and look back again. And the main waterfall, you know, it's pretty dramatic, so we decided to take another shot of it. And there you can see the mist at the end, or the sunlight coming through the bit of mist, and that looks quite good as well with waterfall. And as we go down, if we see something that looks pretty nice with the sunlight, we take a shot of it. This is on our left hand side. And can you see the sort of zigzag stone wall going right the way to the top of the hill? You know, right to the top of the fell. You know, for why and what reason, I just don't know. Just seems totally out of place, but there must be a reason. Must have been hard work building that. As you can see in front of us, we cross over the base of the big waterfall and we just heading our way across the bottom of the valley there, look, on the path in front of us. And we've got the Beck on our right hand side. And as we cross over the bridge, it gives us a chance to get a close-up look at it. And as we start heading back down the valley, we look over to our right and we can see what looks like an old mine shaft. We didn't notice that on the way in, so let's have a look. And there we are, just at enemy range. And if I just pull back a touch, you can just see a tiny little waterfall on the side of the spoil in front. It's 2:15 in the afternoon now, and as you can see, the shadows are slowly getting longer as the sun drops down below the top of the hill. We've just had a buzzard take off and gently glide into these trees straight in front of us. We couldn't get the camera set up. He's in there, probably 80 feet away. He looked great while he was flying. We're walking along. We could see a little deer at the far side of the hedge. We've got somebody coming as well. Oh, let's hope they don't scare it off. I'll slow them down. I'm going to tell them it's here and keep them back a bit. Just look at this here. Just in here. Yeah. Just keep quiet. Just there, look. There. Oh, yes. There's another hump there. I don't know if that's a... Can you see that hump at this side? I don't think that is. Yes, I can see. Is that a red deer? Oh, no, there we are. Look, there they are. There's three of them running away here. Look. Yeah. We can see them. They've stopped now. So we don't know, maybe a dog or maybe a bird of prey that spooked them.
Oh, you're doing this for the audio, you're doing this for the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's right, I'll be famous.
So, there they are, look, just at bottom. Yeah, we think we've a dog on the left-hand side, but they haven't gone far. There we are.
Okay, well, we'll leave you to it then. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah.
Good. Brilliant.
When these blokes come up to us, we stopped. Yeah, so as they walked up, we told them about the deer, and as look at it, as a dog came along, it spooked them. There's 3 of them, so it gave us a chance to take a shot of all 3. So looks like it's a good day today. Well, it is a good day. We're just steadily following the path back. Just past where the deer are on our left-hand side, we've got some pretty steep waterfalls coming down, and we've got a sheep there just grazing at the side. And then the waterfall goes under the path, and as you can see, drops down below us, through the stone wall, into the field below and onto the river. As the sun's dropping down, we look to our right and we can see quite a pretty good shot there. We'll take a shot of it now before the fells disappear into cloud. Just thought them leaves there with this sort of a yellowy, greeny, orangey look about them. Looks quite nice. We've just gone by the little tiny reservoir and the farm on our right hand side. We look to our right hand side, we can see like some red dots. Let's have a look. And there we are. It could be mountain rescue, or it could be a school practicing climbing there, look. You can see somebody walking over the top. And there we are. That's pretty close in there. Oh well, we'll leave it at that. We keep heading forward. We walk forward another 300 or 400 yards. On your right hand side we look down to where that gate was that we came in. You can see the van from the people who's rock climbing. If we wanted to, we could turn right there and then left, and that'd take us back to Patterdale, but we're going to go straight on. So we've just walked by the shortcut to Patterdale. We're heading forward slightly uphill towards a tree line. As we make our way slowly uphill towards a tree line, we look down and we see what we think's a pack of hounds. There's about 30 to 40 dogs, we reckon, good 30. So here we are, they're all come to see us now. I think they can hear me talking. If you look at that one there, can you see him? He's outside the pen somehow. So they're all sort of following up and down, but he's on the outside, he's escaped. That just gives you the view. They've all run to a corner, but I can still see 30 maybe. We'll press on. Steadily walking uphill, we're not far from Beck-Glenridding now. And then we walk uphill for a minute or two, and then on your right hand side it brings you out to Lanty's Tarn. It looks like a bit of a reservoir. At Lanty's Tarn we turn round and look back at the sun fading behind the cloud, and it looks pretty good to me. It's 20 to 4 at night. As we've come out past Lanty's Tarn, we've turned left. We're just losing a slight bit of sunlight now, but as you come up onto the top, just have a look at Ullswater in front of you. On your right, Glenridding's just down below. This is why we put the extra bit on into Glenridding instead of taking the shortcut back to Patterdale. Where'd you get views like that? That is fantastic. Just before we follow the track downhill towards Glenridding, we thought we'd give you a look up the valley. And the hills at the other side, look. Well, we're making our way down to Glenridding now. We've kept walking down the hillside, and that's brought us out into Glenridding, just near the car park. There's quite a bit of car parking here, and this is where you start your walk, or one of the ways to start your walk to Helvellyn. And that's looking down the road towards the Traveller's Rest. And then in front you've got Ullswater, and we're turning right in front of the Glenrisedale Hotel, and it's just over half a mile back to Patterdale down the road. As you're walking back down the road, you'll come to the boatyard, and just opposite the boatyard you see the footpath sign for Patterdale, and that gets you off the road because it's a very windy, narrow road, so we're going to take that path. We're nearly back now. As we walk down the path on our right hand side, we pass the War Memorial. Here we are, back outside the Patterdale Hotel. Car park's just on your left hand side. Hope you've enjoyed our walk in the Lake District. You've been walking with the taxi driver today.